Hey, good afternoon, guys. We're sitting up here in Missouri. It's the second day of Missouri's youth season. Avery was able to harvest a doe last night on another piece of property to help us out with the doe management there. The deer is about 75 yards, shooting at 300 blackout subsonic 208 grain suppressed ammo. He shot that deer at 70 and then ran about another 30 yards, laid dead out there in the field, and really was proud of her. We've been working on shooting and stuff, and we just kind of been going through the same kind of concept there today in regards to picking out a couple locations, leaves or rocks out here in the food plot, or some brown spots where we've been
stuff.
Yeah.
Wood,
that's right. Yeah, so anything that you can kind of dial in on and practice, and then that way we're ready to deer hunt once those bucks show up here. We've got a couple bucks in here that I'm guessing are probably 2.5 to 3.5, and then
probably big bucks.
Well, there may be a pretty good sized buck run through here, but we've got several real nice 4.5, 5.5-year-old deer running through the area. No core deer this year, but hey, we're sitting here the 28th of October, and with that big kind of cold front in here, I mean, deer are moving like crazy even with this rain. So a lot of the leaf vegetation has went down, so we're able to see up on top of some of these ridges there. Hopefully we catch one of those big mature deer moving in and out, checking for some doe. So what do you think our game plan should be this evening?
Focus on the deer and shoot it.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
And aim really good.
Not
like miss it.
Right, yep, that should be the goal, right?
That would be my goal.
Okay, that's a good goal. Yep, and we're overlooking one of our
be quiet.
Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Yeah. So we've got one of our Nixa Hardware seed company food plots here. This one is the Bullseye Blend. Awesome product there. We planted it actually around September 15th this year. It's pretty late for archery hunters, but it's really worked out very well. It's got a large mixture of seed in it, and then just crazy amount of vegetation has grown on here, and the deer and turkeys both really have enjoyed it. So we'll go ahead and get quiet there and take you guys along for the hunt. All right, guys. Well, we end up wrapping up our hunt here. This is Avery's first youth season there, and extremely proud of her, on her ability to not only harvest that doe earlier, but also chasing after these bucks. Patience-wise, I think we learned quite a bit, didn't we? So, what's a few things that you thought you learned throughout this weekend's hunt?
Be patient.
Be patient. Yep.
Be quiet.
Yep. And then
happy that what you got.
Yep, that's good. And then, go ahead.
And your experience.
Yep. So let's kind of walk through what did we first start off with? What did we do throughout a couple times this year, and then also Friday night before we hunted with the rifle? What do we get out there and do?
We aim for stuff.
Well, we practiced, right? We
Yeah,
practiced shooting before we went out to hunt, right?
Yeah.
And at 100 yards, you were shooting pretty consistent groups, right? So you felt pretty confident with that scope and that setup there in the gun. And then what did we find out Saturday morning that could be a little bit difficult?
Aiming right.
Yeah. So basically,
Like
understanding
I had like a little difficult things because I wasn't really sure if I would shoot the deer.
Yep.
Because it could get off.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I was worried about.
So the number one thing that we did was we made sure that we understood that we were confident with that weapon.
Yes.
And then
we practiced. We
that's right.
weren't really scared of the
Right.
weapon.
And then
Never heard it.
And then the second thing is we figured out that we needed to make sure that we could get those cross arrows on the target.
Yeah.
So through that process, it took me a little bit of time, but Saturday afternoon, started picking out pieces of, wood or a twig or a leaf.
Rope.
Or something, right? A rope, yeah. Some of the mock scrape rope. So we ended up aiming for that. We used that death grip by Bog for a tripod. That's what this thing is. And then basically what happened was Avery was able to look at her target outside the scope and then learn to be able to identify not only outside the scope but also where to put that rifle in that scope to aim at that point.
Yes.
So I think we did pretty good on that. And I think that was primarily some of the key to success in regards to her being able to harvest that doe there Saturday afternoon. Besides that, there were some way off in the distance, maybe 300-400 yards. No way that this rifle is gonna be able to, shoot one of those
There's
from
no
that
way.
distance. 100 yards, and this thing started dropping tremendously with that suppressed ammo. So I thought it was a good idea to get up there and basically just say, hey, when that deer's feeding out there, go ahead. I want you to see where you would put that cross arrows at on that target. And then it allowed me for her to step back and I looked through that scope to see exactly where that was. And then that really built my confidence in regards to that she truly understood, that's where that bullet needs to be placed, the crosshairs need to be placed, and worked out pretty good. And then after that hunt night, we had a pretty good hunt. We had a lot of activity there.
We had one buck.
Well, we had 2 bucks, right?
Yeah, we had 2 bucks.
And then
we had
quite a few
turkeys.
does.
We had turkeys.
5 big toms came through, didn't they?
Yeah.
Overlooking that Nixa Hardware and Bullseye food plot here worked out really good. A lot of the deer came off the bedding into there.
Yeah.
Heavy rainfall throughout the entire hunt, but we had a pretty good time, and I think we learned overall that hey, we can shoot deer, can't we?
Yeah, because we just did it yesterday.
That's right.
We did it yesterday, so why can't we do it today?
Yep. So we got quite a bit more rifle season coming up here with the main one, and then there's an additional youth season in the late November there, right past that Thanksgiving. So hopefully we'll get out there. So, do you have anything you want to tell everybody?
Good luck on your hunt.
Good luck on your hunt. All right. Hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature. Like always, best luck on your upcoming hunt.